All right, let's see if we are up and running here. I'm going to check my signal here real quick, make sure we're live. And if everything flows smoothly, we'll do some work here for an hour or so. Continue developing martial powers. Let's see. Are we? Why am I not showing up? Come on, buddy. Not seeing it. I am not seeing it. It's supposed to be here. There we go. Finally. There we go. All right. How long have I been live? Oh, only 1 second. Nope, wait. 42 seconds? Jeez, that is an eternity. There's got to be a better way. I got to figure out something better. Hey, folks. My name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games. I illustrate them, and then I publish them online. And I've been doing a lot of work with Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. There is a slew of links in the description down below, and you can see here on screen right now a number of books that I've created. They're always full preview, so I mean you can go in and you can check out anything that I make if you think it's cool. They always have like tokens or like handouts or player aids and stuff. So if any of that stuff catches your attention, consider picking it up. And that would certainly support further endeavors in the future. So what are we doing right now? There is this thing, in 5th edition, there's a thing called the Martial Divide. And so what I am looking to do is... Boop, boop. Let's see. That is D&D advertisements. All right, everything looks good there. Bop. Bop. No, wait. Shit. Delete. Don't want that. What we want is here. There. Cool. Okay, cool. Everything's cleared away. So, yeah, the martial divide. Basically, the core of it is that spellcasters get to select a slew of feats that they gain that are increasing levels of power every time they level up, or perhaps take a long rest. Oh, hey, like, subscribe, bell icon, get notifications. Hey, new subscribers, thank you a lot. The actual playtest content is through my Patreon. You can access for free. All you gotta do is just click through to the link. This is the link that'll pop up for your Martial Powers playtest content. For you, it'll be read only because it's just an alpha draft. For me, it is a thing we can do to edit. So I am going to start pulling this. So what we did was we basically built a list of what was like around 209 powers, 50 of which don't require mana, 150 of which do require mana, and that all the martial types could prep. Just like a cleric or a druid can prep spells per day, you can prep various martial powers to help build out your kit. And it's all stuff based off of things that already exist inside of the game, like inspiration, battle masteries, the battle master maneuvers, the monk's martial arts die. Those where the variables come from. Paladin smites. That's the statistical curve that we're operating inside of, and then we're just looking at different pieces and components that are fun to use. So the way that we're working it right now is, let's get down to the end of the document so I can bounce back and forth inside of it. We did a play test at level 3 and 4. And well, let's step back for a second. I did a play test from level 16 to 20 with my home table for about 9 or so months. And at the high level, it works great. You have a ton of mana, you have a ton of action economy, you can do a ton of stuff, it's there for you when you need it, and you have a lot of mana, so you can afford to throw it around. So we wanted to reverse engineer down and look at the first few levels to see if we still had that same breadth, or obviously we're not going to have as much resource available because we're like 3rd and 4th level as opposed to 16th through 20th. But we wanted to see if it was fun. And the conclusion that we had from after 5 sessions of maybe like 16 encounters or so is that some of the powers are good, like the strikes are decent, but most of the like the exploits, the maneuvers, the reactions, the sustained powers, they're expensive because you only get a few points of mana. you could just buy a bunch of feats and some sustain powers, and then you don't have to worry about spending any mana. But if you do want to lean into it, the things that you lean into aren't nearly as satisfying or utilitarian as they are once you get to higher levels. So I'm going to go through all the powers here. We're consolidating some of them, reworking others, seeing where the bloat is, where we can create efficiencies, so that every time you use a power, you feel like you're gaining value out of using it, and that there's no heavy fear of missing out if you chose to prepare the wrong powers for the day. So yeah, that's what we're in the process of doing. Let me go back to it. This is all built off of this is a 142nd episode. There are a ton of episodes for you to be able to walk through to see how all this stuff works. But the core of it is that the fighter, monk, paladin, rogue, and barbarian, fighter, monk, and rogue gain half-casting status, the same as paladins, rangers, and artificers have. So you'll have a stack of mana that you gain. You'll have a number of powers that you can prepare. They have half-casting progression, but the highest rank of powers that could be learned is 4. So it caps off at 13th level. Like at that point, you'll have access to everything that you have access to. But you'll end up being able to spend eventually 5 mana for basically 5th rank ability. Let's see. So what I want to do is we're just gonna chew on stuff. I've got about a little less than an hour because I'm on a lunch break today. So we're coming back basically every Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Friday lunchtimes are design streams like this. Monday through Friday in the mornings is Eberron cartography and creature token production for an adventure that we'll be publishing. And then at nights on Mondays and Thursdays, we do Spelljammer cartography and scenario design for things to embellish or complement, say, Light of Xeraxis, or to create your own encounters and campaigns. So, all the to-dos out of the way. Let's see what we can do from here. I'm getting pretty pleased with how all these powers, these sustained powers work. Basically, they're non-concentration effects that you can sustain a number of ranks worth of concentration effects equal to your max rank of power. So a first level fighter only has access to first rank powers. You could activate and it's perpetual until somebody dispels it or you lose consciousness. A first rank sustained power, such as adaptive resistance. For 1 mana, you can become resistant to an energy type, acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage. If you spend 2 mana, and you won't be able to do that until 5th level, so you could then sustain a 2nd rank power, which would eat both of your ranks, 5th level, 2nd rank powers. So you could then become instead resistant to 1 type of supernatural damage, force, necrotic, poison, psychic, or radiant. And then alternatively, for 2 ranks, you could have natural resistance, which is you gain resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. There you go. So that's a pretty solid. That's a pretty solid sustained power. Aquatic anatomy. While sustaining this power, you can breathe water and gain swim speed equal to double your walking speed. In addition, you have no penalties to melee attack rolls from attacking underwater. There you go. Straightforward. I'm pretty good with that. Blind sense. You are aware of the location of any creatures and objects on the same plane of existence as you within 10 feet times your max rank of power, which is going to be obviously at first level 10 feet by 17th level 50 feet, including walls, doors, and ceilings of structures on range, though you can't identify things like color or written text on these objects using blind sense alone. Cliff Runner, you gain a climb speed equal to your walking speed, and you can climb this way without using your hands. Cool. Okay, I think that's okay as is. Let's see. You gain climb speed equal to your walking speed. Good. Crouching stance. When you sustain this power, you gain the following benefits. You can crawl and stand from prone without requiring additional movement. Attack rolls made against you while prone by enemies within 5 feet don't have advantage. Attack rolls you make while prone don't have disadvantage, and you gain advantage on dexterity stealth checks while prone. That's a really sweet package unto itself, so I don't think I need to make any changes there. While sustaining this power, weapon attacks are magic and you add +1 plus your max rank of power to your weapon's damage rolls. That stacks with your ability modifier for dealing damage as well. So that's actually, at higher levels, that gets really, really good. But it does give you an easy access to ongoing magic damage at first level, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see. Empowered ability. We went over this. While sustaining this power, choose one ability score. You have advantage when rolling checks and saves for the chosen ability. In addition, while sustained, you can roll up to 1 power die per mana burned up your max channel limit. Spent. The highest roll to the result of an ability check or save using the chosen ability. You can sustain this power multiple times, choosing a different ability each time. Fast. While sustaining this power, your walking speed increases by your max power rank multiplied by 10. So eventually this becomes really fast. While sustaining this power. No, that's good. Instant skill. While sustaining this power, you gain proficiency with any skill or tool. You can sustain this power multiple times, choosing a different skill or tool with each use. Alternatively, if you are already proficient in the chosen skill or tool, you instead gain expertise. There, that's nice. So like if you have multiple reasons in at 5th level, like you could gain stealth and then you could take stealth again for 2 mana total to become an expert in stealth. But it's going to require you to eat 2 ranks of power to do so. Not bad though. While sustaining this power, you can shift form into a lycanthrope creature. Your appearance changes to adopt features of a creature of your choice. While sustaining this power, you can shift form into a lycanthrope creature. Your appearance changes to adopt features of a creature of your choice. First scales, speed, cloth, thing, etc. And you gain the following benefits: heightened senses, gain advantage on wisdom, perception, and investigation checks. Feral might, gain advantage on strength checks and saves. Natural weapons, gain unarmed attacks that deal 1 power die plus strength or dexterity modifier, slashing or piercing damage. When you channel this power. Omnilinguist. While sustaining this power, you can communicate with and be understood by any creature with a spoken language. Yeah. Power armor. Your armor class is 11 plus dex mod plus your max rank of power. You create a defensive field of power that can be wielded as a shield that you are proficient with. The shield hovers in your space to protect you, leaving your hands free. The bonus your armor class gained from the shield is equal to 1 plus your max rank of power. You can benefit from only 1 shield at a time. Ranged skirmisher. While sustaining this power, you gain the following abilities. Strikes can be channeled when you hit a target with a thrown weapon at far range. Normally, you can only channel powers, strike powers at within normal range. Strikes can be channeled when you hit a target with a ranged weapon. Normally, ranged weapons can't channel strikes, but this allows you to do so at normal range. Thank you, timer. You can create temporary non-magical weapons or ammunition for ranged attacks of your choice while making a thrown or ranged attack, which disappears after finishing the attack. That's great. Auto ammo. Rogue stance. You can use a bonus action to dash, disengage, or dodge. Trap Springer. While this power is sustained, gain advantage on any intelligence, investigation, and wisdom perception checks to notice traps. You automatically understand the general nature of any trap revealed this way, and you gain advantage on intelligence or dexterity checks using tools you're proficient with to disarm traps. I think I'm okay with that. All right, so first rank is okay. Second rank, auto attunement. While sustaining this power, you are attuned to any magic item you're wearing or holding that you meet the prerequisite to use. That's 2 mana to be able to do that, but you can have a stack of magic items on you that you can cross-equip. Castigation. When you channel this power, choose a creature you can see. You always know which direction the chosen creature is, while it remains on the same plane of existence as you. In addition, when you make a melee attack against the chosen creature, you deal 1 additional power die of damage. That's pretty good. That stacks with Mark of Prey that the ranger has, which grants you a free point of a free power die of damage, starting at first level. So by 5th level, you can double stack that by loading down Castigation. That's not bad. Close quarter combat. While this power is sustained, all melee attacks you make gain the grappling strike power as detailed above, adding 1 power die to your grappling check. If you know the grappling strike power as well, you can add mana burn with the strike power to the power die. With the strike power. I'm thinking about damage capacity. The way that used to work is if you concentrated on something, you could lose it, but it doesn't prevent you from using strike powers and stuff. If you were to lock it, it would reduce the amount of mana that you'd be able to channel, but it's permanent. We're removing the concentration effect, so that's causing us to reconsider the power die, the bonus power die that you get. While this power is sustained, all melee attacks you make gain the grappling power. Gain the grappling strike power as detailed above, adding 1 power die. Which can be added to additional mana spent. While this power is sustained, all melee attacks you make gain the grappling strike power as detailed above, adding 1 power die to your grappling checks, which can be added to additional mana spent as part of the strike power. this sustained power can be combined with power dice rolled. With the grappling power strike listed above. That's pretty good. Hold on real quick. Cloud Strider. While this power is sustained, you can fly using your walking speed. If you end your turn in the air, or if the power is disrupted, you gain the benefits of a Featherfall spell. For 2 mana, that's pretty cool. While this power is sustained, you can fly using your walking speed. You must end your turn on while this power is sustained, you can fly using your walking speed. You must end your turn standing on a surface that will support you, or the power is dismissed. When the power ends, you benefit from the effects of a Featherfall spell. Deadly Presence. While this power is sustained and you are not restrained, stunned, paralyzed, or incapacitated, any creature you can see that begins its turn or moves within reach of your melee attack takes 1 power die of damage. Double Strike. While sustaining this power, you can use a bonus action, including the bonus action if used to channel Flurry of Strikes. Channel Double Strike to make 2 weapon attacks. If the first attack hits, you can forgo the second attack to gain 1 temporary point of mana. Just channel as strike power. What was that, 3rd rank? No, it's only 2nd. Nice. Let's see. Giant Growth. While this power is sustained with 2 mana, you can increase your size to large along with equipment you carry. While this power is sustained with 4 mana, your size increases instead to huge. The table, let's see. Like this power doesn't stack. Okay, so the table below summarizes the changes in size and other benefits to change. 2 mana equals size large, space is 2 by 2, weights times 8, reach plus 5, increased damage and bonus to strength ability checks, plus 1 power die with 2 mana. For 4 mana, you are huge, 3 by 3 space, 10-foot reach, and 2 power dice of extra damage. When huge, add the highest power die results to the ability check. Is it exploit? There you go. As exploits above. Opportunist. While this power is sustained, when you take the attack action, you can forgo any number of attacks during your turn to gain an equal number of additional opportunity attacks, limited to one per turn, including your own, that can be used before your next turn. Any I don't need that. You lose any that you don't use. That's fine. Strange metabolism. While sustaining this power, this is 2 mana. While sustaining this power, you're immune to poison and the poison condition. Okay, that's super conditional. In addition, as a bonus action, you can make an unarmed attack that deals 2 power dice of poison damage, and the creature is poisoned until it succeeds a Constitution saving throw at the end of each of its turns. Plus your strength or dexterity modifier. Term of sense. You are aware of the location and size of any creature on the same plane of existence as you within 10 feet times your max rank of power that is touching the same surface as you, but you don't know information such as what the creature looks like, what the creature is, what it looks or sounds like, or what it is carrying. Creatures you detect this way that don't have full cover can be targeted as though you can see them. In addition, when using stealth, while using stealth during movement, you can roll with disadvantage to remain hidden from creatures of tremor sense. Celerity. Daunting presence. While sustaining this power, attacks targeting you by creatures that you can see, roll with disadvantage. And when you are the only target of an effect that requires you to make a saving throw, you roll with advantage. In addition, while sustaining this power, you can you can spend 1 mana. You can spend 1 mana and target a creature as a bonus action. If the target fails a wisdom saving throw, it is frightened of you while you can see it. The creature can make an additional save at the end of its turn to end the frightened condition. Empowered expertise. In addition, you can burn up a number of mana. You can burn mana up to your max channel limit to become proficient, and an additional skill burn this way. We already acquired that before, so empowered expertise is redundant. So I can drop that out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16, 26, 33. So you now have 33 sustained effects. I'm cool with that. I'm thinking through the free powers. So let's go back to here. Get to the end of our meta power list. Adult. Target makes a Constitution saving throw or cannot make opportunity attacks until the end of their next turn. Deafen. Blinded and deafened until the end of the next turn. How do we title that? Definition for being blind and deaf. So we'll call it impair. Impair. Target makes a con save or is blinded and deafened until the end of its next turn. That works. Grapple, melee only. Target is grappled in addition to taking damage. Target makes a strength save or is pushed away 5 feet. Step, you can shift your position 5 feet without drawing AoE or away. Straggle, target makes con save or speed is reduced to half. Con strength, con dex, int. Let's make this a dex save. Trip is dex. Target makes a dex save or is prone. All right, this is all. I mean, like anyone can. You can say anyone can trip, anyone can push, anyone can disarm, but that's your action, or rather, that's an attack that you make. But with these masteries, you can deal damage and deal that thing, so it's added value. Further up the line, there's pretty much all of these things exist as well, but they also deal additional damage per mana spent. So they're like martial. Well, we call them strikes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm good with that. And now it's likely to survive. Feats as powers. There might be more, and we'll revise this when September happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Hey! Okay, I've still got 20 minutes left. Let's see. Requires 5th level plus no 2 strikes. Spend known power. Choose two strikes you know. The combined rank of both cannot exceed your max rank of power you can channel. When you channel one of these chosen strikes, you can spend additional mana to also channel the other chosen strike. When you channel one of the chosen strikes, you can spend additional mana to also channel the other chosen strike. The amount of mana channeled this way during the chain strike cannot exceed your max channel limit, and the total modifies both strikes. For example, if at 5th level you choose Thundering Strike and Tripping Strike, you can, as your chained powers, as your chained strikes. When you hit with a weapon attack, you can channel 1 mana for Thundering Strike and 1 mana for Tripping Strike as part of the same attack. A total of 2 mana is spent. So the target takes 2 power dice of damage, which can be thunder or weapon damage, your choice. In addition, the target is pushed 20 feet away, is pushed up to 20 feet away, and makes a strength saving throw, adding the highest power die result to the DC, or is knocked prone. There you go. Damage power types. When various powers above have a default, while various powers above have a default damage type, included in the description, you can learn how to channel the damage types of your choice. Learn how to channel the damage type of your choice when making an attack or channeling a power. Each damage type counts as one of your known powers. Basic damage types can be learned at first level, while advanced damage types can be learned at 5th. As first rank powers, while advanced damage types can be learned as second rank. Each element has a basic and advanced damage type. If in an elemental magic campaign, choose which aspect of elemental magic to devote your character to. The character can then learn damage of the chosen aspect. For example, if you wish to channel air magic, you can choose to learn lightning damage at 1st level and thunder damage. Discuss to your DM if your character is limited to learning only one aspect of elemental magic, or if you can choose to learn more than one, as detailed in the Magic Paradigms campaign section below. 5-color magic. The 5-color magic paradigm, made famous by Magic the Gathering, is divided into 5 aspects: white, blue, black, red, green magic. Each color has a basic and advanced damage type. There are currently 3 different settings published for Dungeons & Dragons inspired by MTG: Ravnica, Strixhaven, and Theros. Each of these settings have their own paradigms: the 10 guilds of magic, the 5 colleges of Strixhaven, the 15 gods of Theros. Each of these paradigms offer a unique combination of the 5 colors. Ravnica. Characters in the Ravnica campaigns belong to one of the 10 guilds, and each guild is devoted to colors. There you go. Characters can learn one basic. Characters can basic and advanced damage types that are devoted to the guild's colors and as detailed. Strixhaven. Characters in the Strixhaven campaign belong to one of the 5 colleges, and each is devoted to 2 colors of magic. Characters can learn 1 basic and 1 advanced damage type devoted to their college colors. Theros characters devoted to a god are devoted to 1 or 2 colors. Characters can learn basic and advanced damage types devoted to their god's colors. Period. Ravnica guild backgrounds. College backgrounds. What is it? Winter Bloom. Prismari. Warhold. Mondrix. And, oh yeah, Silver Claw. Then we have the Power Gear chapter. So we can skip past that. How are we doing on our time? Probably don't have a lot left. Let's see. Okay, so we have our feats resolved, our damage types resolved. Those are still good. We have our combat masteries revised and resolved. Those are still good. 9. Is that 32? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Good. 10, 42, 51. And feats as powers. There you go. And then Sally Forth. Okay, cool. So we've gotten through all the sustained powers. When we move our way, okay, so we're going to get through strikes, and then we're going to go into we'll have maneuvers, we'll have reactions, maneuvers, and exploits. And it's possible that some of the maneuvers and exploits. Maneuvers, exploits, and reactions, some of them may be combined into the same effect, or could instead be built into sustained powers, which become stances that open up exploits and reactions and maneuvers based on the stance, which is an interesting idea. We already have some kicker effects that allow you to do boosts, like the empowered abilities. by default, you have advantage on the checks and saves of the chosen ability, but you could then also spend additional mana to roll extra dice to add and embellish the saves and ability checks that you make. So not bad. That's a good example. The grappling bonus for the sustained grappler power. That's another good example. The lycanthrope is a good example. Giant size is a good example. Giant growth. So there's a slew of them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16. Your weapon damage increases by 1 power die per mana burn, and you knock a creature of the same size as you or smaller prone. Kicker. You can spend 1 additional mana to affect a creature 1 size larger than you. 3 mana. You can spend 3 additional mana. Kicker. Let's do it this way. When you spend 3 mana, you can trip a creature 1 size larger than you. When you spend 5 mana, you can trip a creature 2 sizes larger than you or smaller. That makes that easier. Caustic Strike. Your weapon can deal acid or poison damage and add 1 power die per mana burned. At the beginning of the target's next turn, it must make a Constitution saving throw. Success equals no extra damage. Fail equals take power die of dice again, and the effect ends. Okay. Disarming Strike. Your weapon deals extra damage equal 1 power die per mana burned. And the target tripping automatically works. Pushing on a thundering wave or thunder strike automatically pushes. Do I want to automatically disarm? Can't make opportunity attacks. Disarming, it's a saving throw where it gets dropped. And one object the target is holding is dropped, landing at a location of your choice within 10 feet of the target per mana burned. the object is held by more than one hand. Weapon deals extra damage. Your weapon deals extra damage equal to 1 power die per mana burned. And one object. And an object. Target per mana burned. And then we'll double down on our tripping language here. There. There. Okay. That is finally making me happy. The amount of times people have attempted to disarm somebody is... it never happens. So this is that kind of like a dead ability. But sure is useful to have if you're fighting creatures that are, you know, holding stuff. Distracting Strike. Your weapon deals extra damage equal to 1 power die per mana burned, and the next attack roll against that target by an attacker other than you. Has advantage if the attack is made. Nope, distracting strike works no matter who's trying it. Like if you gouge somebody in the eye, they're distracted, and that would work just as well for you as somebody else. Flaming Strike. Your weapon can deal fire damage and add 1 power die per mana burned. The creature is caught on fire, taking fire damage equal to the result of the highest power die roll at the end of its turn. The creature can attempt to end the effect by spending an action. Put out the fire. And the effect is. Well, there's that. Power dice. On fire, taking fire damage. Oh, I get it. So, Caustic Strike deals the same number of dice that you rolled again. Flaming Strike automatically catches them on fire, and they deal, and they take damage equal to 1 power die, but they have to actually take an effort to put it out themselves. Freezing Strike. Your weapon can deal cold damage and add 1 power die per mana burned. Of additional cold damage. Creature's movement is halved until the end of its next turn. Your weapon damage increases by 1 power die per mana burned. The creature can use strike, has disadvantage on all attacks made that doesn't target you. On any attack made that doesn't target you, the effect ends when it successfully hits you with an attack, and the creature can attempt to end the effect by succeeding an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns. Weapon damage increases by 1 power die per mana channeled, and you can grapple a creature one size larger than you with the weapon. The grapple ends when you choose to or attack another creature with the grappling weapon, or if you are incapacitated. The grappling creature can attempt to end the grapple by succeeding a strength or dexterity saving throw at the end of each of its turns. Life-stealing strike. Your weapon deals your weapon damage increases by 1 power die per mana burned. In addition, you gain a number of temporary hit points equal to the result of the power dice rolled. Any temporary hit points that remain when you start a short or long rest are lost. Necrotic strike deals necrotic damage and adds 1 power die per mana. Poison strike, psionic strike, 1 die. Radiant strike, 1 die. Restraining strike, your damage increases by 1 power die per mana burned. The creature is restrained by magical tethers. The creature can end the effect by succeeding a strength saving throw at the end of each of its turns. Size large or larger creatures roll with advantage. Shocking strike, your weapon can deal lightning damage and add 1 power die per mana burned. The creature cannot take opportunity attacks until the end of its next turn. Sweeping strike, your weapon damage increases by 1 power die per mana burned. You can choose a second creature within 5 feet of the original target and within your reach if the original attack roll would hit the second creature as well. It takes damage equal to the total rolled on the power dice. The damage is of the same type dealt by the original attack. Thundering strike, push you 10 feet. Tripping strike. Okay, cool. I'm happy with all those first rank powers now. I'm a lot happier with them. I'm going to let those sit. When we come back, I think we'll be doing this again on Tuesday. So when we come back around, we'll do 2nd, 3rd, and 4th rank strikes, and then we're going to get into all the reactions, maneuvers, and exploits. We might be able to blend some of these things together. I think we're going to have an opportunity to really make some gains here for the exploits and maneuvers. I'm looking forward to it. All right, that's it for now, guys. Thanks a lot for hanging out. I'm going to be back. I've got a meeting with Stuart Braz, my editor for the Eberron project, on Saturday morning. I'm not currently running a playtest, so I may be around this Saturday to do a little bit of streaming. If I do, it'll probably be prep for the Vocath fleet battle. So if you think this stuff is cool, like, subscribe, etc. If you want to see more books like this, check out the books I did down below. They're all linked down below already. They're all free previews. If you like it and you think it's something that's useful, consider making a purchase so you can get all the additional assets and tokens and player aids that come along with the books. And that'll encourage me to make more of them. So you can join my Patreon. My Discord is open access to anyone that wants to tag along. And hopefully I see you all in the future. Thanks a lot.